Just now, a huge and enigmatic movement of XRP rocked the cryptocurrency market. Several analysts have called it one of the biggest on-chain whale indicators we've seen this year. One transaction involved the transfer of over 25 million XRP, or almost 73 million. As the crypto world tries to understand what this means, there is a lot of enthusiasm. The shift is not normal. Instead, this is the type of on-chain transfer that usually occurs right before a big price decline, so what some industry experts call a prey storm signal, which suggests that a big change in liquidity might be approaching. The most astounding part of this rapid and unexpected action is that BitLord's well-known prediction of 2,500 XRP coincided with this abrupt whale behavior. BitLord, a cryptocurrency influencer, foresaw the collapse of the Ethereum and Bitcoin bubbles before they really happened. What we need to know now is why. Why are whales buying tens of millions of dollars worth of XRP when the objective amount is 2,500s? Is still brought up. We must look into the time and the pattern in order to better grasp happening. As a result, the transfer took place in the midst of two important discussions that produced a wide range of theories. While some think that whales are accumulating before a revelation, others think that they are preparing to sell off some quite important positions. Furthermore, in the past, the price of XRP has not just stayed the same during these big changes. Is it known to you that there were several whale movement in the beggy awning of 21 just before the 300% increase in XRP? The same wallet groups that are commonly linked to institutional custodians and exchanges can to Ripple have restarted their activity after a period of several months without any activity, according to the data gathered from While Alert. Some people believe that this is part of deliberate strategy to reposition banks before regulatory clarity is implemented, that this took place just hours before fresh allegations of a settlement scheme approved by the International a few days after the Monterey Fund started making the rounds online. The CEO of Ripple made a suggestion that global liquidity corridors might be launched. This is where the 1 in 500 forecast comes into play. When BitLord predicted that XRP would eventually need to be worth thousands of dollars in order for the new global liquidity system to work effectively, many believed he was crazy. Many years ago, this forecast was made. However, due to data from the overall economy and real-world events, that idea have recently surfaced with a sizable number of supporters. Although the theory is simple to grasp, it has a powerful impact. The mechanics of XRP supply and velocity could result in a price movement that if from anything we have ever witnessed. In order to enable quick settlement between digital currencies issued by central banks, this would happen if XRP were accepted as a universal bridge asset. A small number of independent research firms have started to reevaluate BitLord's liquidity coverage strategy. They assert that it is not only possible for XRP to be utilized as global settlement collateral for daily transactions totaling trillions of dollars at a valuation of several thousand. However, it is also necessary for this to be feasible. Furthermore, buyers now show a great deal of interest in the movement of whale wallets, suggesting that they share this belief. What are these whales actually up to? The evidence claims that many sizable wallets with 10 million to 50 million XRP sub each mean transferring funds between Bitstamp, Binance, and Ripple's own on-demand trading partners. Blockchain technology specialists have noted that a sizable amount of this XRP is not being offered for sale. Rather, the money is being moved to other banks, or during this period it was kept in cold storage. More units will be bought rather than sold. According to this positive sign, it's possible that Whales is preparing for a big event that will generate a lot of revenue, like a legal approval that permits institutions to invest heavily. It's crucial to remember that these individuals are not just arbitrary retail clients. Even though some of these wallets have previously been linked to Ripple escrow transactions, it is possible that they are linked to the Ripplet core layer. These are early groups with strategic intent. With all sincerity, I must state that the social media and cryptocurrency websites have an electrifying feel. According to some traders, the whales are attempting to avert a significant announcement, like Ripple's next expansion collaboration or possibly a government partnership involving international payments. Some people believe this might be a prearranged liquidity test with Ripple's partners or the Middle East, which are areas that are currently using XRP, a technology for money transfers. Whatever the explanation, it makes no difference. The time frame is too good to ignore, and the movement's magnitude at a trigger exists. In every Bitcoin cycle, there is a brief incident that prompts smart money to take action before most people are aware of it. This action by the whales might be the pivotal moment for XRP. Let's talk about mental health in the interim. Fear and chance, two sides of the same emotional coin with the same meaning, are what drive behavior in Bitcoin markets. Investors who buy assets covertly are known as whales. Then, in an effort to sway prices in their favor, they issue controlled surges of liquidity. When ordinary, independent investors start to feel nervous, whales take this action. Right now, the XRP chart is showing the calm before the storm, which is defined by a band that is getting smaller and low volatility volume that is staying the same. This has always been a sign that big things are about to change. The volatility index for XRP increased by about 600% in less than a month the last time it was at this low. Considering the present macro environment, the increasing amount of global debt, the growth of the CBDC, and the shift of institutions towards tokenized assets, you have all the component needed something truly amazing. Let's go back to the 100 and 500 amount for the moment. Although many people have long argued that it is not feasible, experts are interested in pneumatics that supports it. 100 billion is the most XRP that can ever be manufactured. However, it would be far less liquid after being utilized for global settlement because to lock escrows, institutional reserves, and burn mechanisms. considering that XRP could help resolve the annual global value fluctuations, which range from $500 trillion to $1 quadrillion, and instead than being a utopian dream, a high price per token would be a mathematical necessity. In reality, BitLord intended exactly that all those years ago. Making educated predictions was not the answer. Instead, it was about figuring out what something was worth. That ridiculous claim seems more likely to be true than just a joke because global financial institutions, money transfer companies, and even central banks are now using XRP-compatible technology. What's causing this well to move? How does it work? Indicate that it is in motion. They are preparing to migrate, as evidenced by the fact that substantial sums of money are being prepared for the transfer, whether it is to prepare for the introduction of a new liquidity channel, institutional adoption, or more precise regulations. We have seen this pattern previously. Large wallets that have lain dormant for a while come live during major XRP rises. Additionally, on-chain volume rises, and centralized exchanges start to show subtle signs of a mismatch between the quantum money coming in and the number of reserves required. The minor players are typically the ones who find out last. On the other hand, blockchain is truthful. This 73 million investment is a pillar that will directly contribute to a momentous occasion that is about to occur. One item stands out as particularly obvious. It is either an integrated liquidity test or a purposeful buildup. Whales have no fear. All they're doing is preparing for something. In summary, this is what sets the information apart from the final sound. Whales use long-term certainty while making decisions. However, when prices begin to vary abruptly, most traders start to feel uneasy.